Why come to Michael Salem TV? In this video, Prophet Joel Ogebe reveals by the Spirit the powerful prophetic secrets behind the numbers 3, 6, 9, and 8. Kindly watch, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. God bless you.
Hello everybody. God bless you. Welcome. This is your brother Prophet Joel. And I want to do a prophetic discourse. This is not a doctrinal teaching. You can call this the sayings of wisdom. And I want to establish that for many it may not make any sense, and please don't struggle to understand it, for the understanding of these things are unsealed to those who the Lord would have know them. And if you don't understand these things, do not be sad, for there's a spirit in you, if you are saved, which is the spirit of truth. And this spirit will guide you into all truth ultimately, to the end that we be made perfect, presented as separated beings from the creation of God unto God, the most exalted, the most holy, and the most separated. Shalom to you all, and we thank the Most High for guiding you to this broadcast. God bless you all. Now, let me begin by saying this. We are in a generation of knowledge. We're in a generation that seeks to know, that seeks to understand, that seeks to attain and comprehend. And we are also in a generation of godlessness that has also produced foolishness. We're in a generation of false knowledge, and we are in a generation of scarce truth. It takes the humble to learn from the divine. For he that is with knowledge cannot be filled, but he that is without knowledge, that is poor, as it were, that is empty, they are the ones that can receive infillings. Now, the moment you say, I have something in me, what you've done is that you said, do not fill me up completely. Measure unto me a measure that will add to what I already have. And this is why, before the immortal God brings you into the fullness of the things that are to be known by his sons on earth, he would empty you before he brings you into that fullness. And so the secret of knowing is to be ignorant. And to be ignorant is to claim to already know. Now, there's a place called the Room of Light in the Spirit. And this is the place where the enlightened are taught by light. When you see a spiritual preacher, one who truly has the Ruach HaKodesh, when he speaks to you, what he's speaking is beyond words. He's speaking from light, by light, and he's speaking light. Light is what educates the sons of light. Not the mind, not the brain, not the carnal circumstances of this earth, but light. Intelligent reasoning is a light that is of darkness. So the one who comes from the realm of light must be educated by light. One of the problems of darkness is this. The Bible said the light shines into darkness, and darkness cannot comprehend it. Darkness cannot understand the sayings of light. There is no fellowship between light and darkness. There's no relationship between them. There's no mixing between light and darkness. And so if light speaks into darkness, darkness would struggle to comprehend it. And so light goes out in search of light. John puts it this way. He said, they that have the light, they would come to the light. So there are those who are of the light, but they sit in darkness, waiting for the light to come to them. And when the light comes, what they're instructed to do, the Bible says, arise and shine. It didn't say arise and receive. It said arise and shine. It be illuminated, because your illumination has come. So light will speak to light, and darkness will speak to darkness. And darkness cannot speak to light, and also light cannot speak to darkness. In this saying is a very powerful truth. If you want to be educated by light, you have to be light. And if you are not light, if light speaks to you, you will be offended because you will not understand. You will rise against it because you will not understand. Why? You are darkness and not light. So there's a place called the room of light, where the sons of light and the daughters of light are educated by the light. And in the room of light, you are going to learn many things that are heaven-worthy, that are secrets of the earth and realities of the underworld. You are going to be educated by God, who is light himself. A lot of these things you learn, you may not be able to speak it to your generation. For instance, if I bring teachings as a prophet, the teachings are not supposed to be strange to sons of light. Whenever a speaking of light is strange to the son of light, it means that that son of light has darkness within him. But whenever you see a preacher of light speaking, and it seems as though what he's saying, even though you've not studied it, you are familiar with it, you know the realm of what he's saying, then you are of the light. Because light will speak to light. Are we together? Now, the things I'm about to teach you, or to say to you, because I don't believe these things can be taught in the mind. The things I'm about to say to you are truth, witness, and enlightenment. For many, it will bring them into confusion. But they are truth, witness, and enlightenment. And I will see what sayings of these words would be unsealed for our understanding today. But please understand that light will speak to light, and darkness would only speak to darkness. Are we together? Let's make a prayer. O Most High, Jehovah, the Exalted, the Holy One, our Heavenly Father, Father of all light, Father of all life, Father of Yeshua HaMashiach, bless us with skill and understanding. Bless us with skill and wisdom. Amen. Okay? So you are welcome to this education. Now, let me begin by saying this. The words of the prophets are madness to those to whom it has not been unsealed. Do not think that whenever a teacher of light appears to speak, he is come to educate you. No. There are many sayings that stand as witnesses, many sayings that are put out there as sealed things for those who are seekers to press into. And there are many sayings that are kept as treasures in this world to be unboxed in a future time. And then lastly, there are other sayings that are there to educate the sons of men and bring them into the light. There's a problem we have. And this problem is this. Whenever we come before a rabbi, we expect to know everything. And we expect the rabbi to explain everything to us. You would never learn if that is your disposition about knowledge. Knowledge will enlighten you. Knowledge will also trouble you. For the truth that sets free also comes with a burden. Everyone who discovers truth will experience two things. You will be excited by truth and you will be troubled by truth. If your truth only excites you but doesn't trouble you, you've followed a lie. I repeat again. If your truth only excites you but does not trouble you, doesn't come with a burden, a cross, you follow the lie. I'm saying this because when truth spoke in scriptures, Yeshua HaMashiach, who is the way, the truth, and the life, when he spoke to his students, he said, anyone who seeks to come after me should first deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Truth spoke to them. Truth said, if you wish to come after truth, deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me, who is truth. The liberation I'm bringing to you would come with a price. And if you read scriptures to see the life of those who followed truth, who walked in truth, they didn't live outstanding lives from the perspective of men. Some of them died very sorrowful death. Some of them became outcasts. Truth can render you an outcast. We live in a world of lies, a world built on lies. And because we live in a world of lies and a world built on lies, once you awaken to truth, you would be thrown out of the system. Truth will render you homeless, but ultimately it will liberate you from the greater slavery of the multitude that live in the world of lies. So truth comes with a great price. Don't follow any truth that has no cross to it. Don't follow any truth that only excites you but does not trouble you. These sayings I'm bringing to you, oh beloved, are sayings from the room of light. Not too many people are privileged to know these things I'm bringing to you. I've tried and I've been teaching my prophetic clan and my prophetic students. Real truth will trouble you. And this is why the words of a prophet in the world of lies is madness. When a prophet begins to speak madness, then you should listen to him. But when a prophet begins to say things that makes sense to the normal man, then there is a problem. A prophet is a fool, the Bible says, and the spiritual man mad. So what I'm going to say today are madness, but it will be enlightenment to the few that will be chosen by the light and that are in the light for them to know. Oh, beloved brethren, we are in the end of days, the end of time, as it is known by men. And according to the prophecy that the angel gave to Daniel, knowledge shall increase. Men would have motion, movements. There will be movements to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Daniel chapter 12, 1-4. But you, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret. One of the things every spiritually enlightened messenger must understand and know is that not everything can be taught. What is known is what is determined to be known. What is known by me is what is determined to be known by me, by the Most High. No matter how plainly I try to teach what is known by me, it will not be understood the way light has shown it to me, except light reveals it to the hearers, to the people who come into the light, to the people who hear of the light. So there would be a lot of sealed sayings if you follow a prophet. When Elijah the prophet, the Nabi, was to be taken up to heaven, he told Elisha, his student, he said, you've asked a hard thing, but if I'm unsealed to you when I leave, what you asked would be given to you. If you see me when I leave, meaning my leaving would be a mystery. You will not be able to see me. But if I'm unsealed to you by the Most High, then you've qualified for what you've asked for. So asking is not Asking alone is not enough. May the Lord give you understanding. So the angel said to Daniel, but you, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret. Seal up the book until the time of the end. Many will rush here and there, and knowledge will increase. Make the prophecy a secret. Seal the book. That's what I want to talk about. What are the seals of the immortals? And I'm going to tell you about the seal of numerology, the seal of numbers. Numbers is a very powerful seal. Numbers is in creation. Any good mathematician will tell you that math was not invented by men. Men only discovered mathematics. There is numbers in everything. And every number or everything yields a numerical power. There is a numerical value to everything. And in its numerical value is an idea of its power. There is number in what I'm saying now. There are numbers. There are numerical yield to what I'm saying. And when numbers are introduced, numbers represent sealed secrets. Numbers are representatives of knowledge. In the divine council and in the realm of Christian religion, numbers are very powerful, because one of the known seals of scriptures is the seal of numbers. When the name of the Antichrist was to be presented to the prophet John in the book of Revelations, the angel told, Revelations 13:18, the angel told John that this name is going to be given to you with a seal, and is going to be a seal of numbers. And that number is going to be for a name. And they that have light should go and calculate, should go and do their mathematics. So mathematics is not of this world. It was given to us to help us understand mysteries. This is why you solve for answers, because in the equation is the mystery of an answer. The equation itself must be unpacked before the truth in that equation is unraveled. This is how a spiritual man understands mass, especially a prophet. So you have a lot of mysteries. Now, another seal is language, not words, but language. This is why speaking in tongues is a seal, and interpretation of tongues is what unseals the mystery of speaking in tongues. Do you understand? Language is a seal, as seals. So if a thing would be hidden, it will be written in a language only known to those who are in the fellowship of that seal. But that's not what I want to teach you today. I want to teach you about numbers. So when the number of the name of the Antichrist was presented to the Nabi John, it was sealed. And the angel told him, he said, let those who are unenlightened go and solve, go and calculate the number of his name, because the answer to that would reveal the name of the Antichrist. And he presented to us the number 666, the threefold 6. May God give you understanding. Now, I've known about the Nikola Tesla number, the 369. The heaven, earth, okay, let me not go there, but the 369. That number was not invented by Nikola Tesla. You know, when we begin to say these things, a lot of people become, confused, because we are not telling them Corinthians chapter this. You see, there are the things that pertains to salvation. There are the things that pertains to heaven. When you come into salvation and you are saved and you have that promise of salvation, part of the things you are educated with are not only the things that will pertain to the salvation of men. If not, there will be no need for the book of Revelation, and there will be no need for the information we find in the book of Revelations and Daniel. In fact, there were things that Apostle Paul spoke about. He said, I know of a man who was caught up to the third heaven, and he heard things that were not lawful to be uttered. He held things that were sealed to men. And because he heard those things, he was brought into a covenant to seal those things he heard. So there are knowledge beyond what you and I know. And it is the benevolence of the Creator that will decide what you come into. So the fact that everyone is not coming to say, repent for the kingdom of God is at hand, does not mean what they are saying does not come from the Spirit of God. Everyone speaks from his office. We speak what we know, as Jesus said it. You see. So for Nikola Tesla, he discovered what men call the number of creation. The 3, 6, and 9. And I can bear witness to the fact that those numbers are powerful. Tesla did not discover it. I mean, Tesla did not invent it. He was brought into it. And that knowledge came with a price. Nikola Tesla is celebrated in our generation, but he died a debtor, he died poor, he died sad, he died lonely, he died broke. He died alone. This is because knowledge does not come easy. I pray you understand what I'm saying. Not everyone have the mind or the capacity to pay the price for the knowledge they seek. If knowledge is easy, it will not filter those who come to receive it. When you go to school and you all try to receive the knowledge of commerce or English language or mathematics, that knowledge will test you, it will try you, it will sift the class, and at the end of the day, maybe only 10 people will come out with the understanding or the reward of the understanding of that knowledge. It is all around us. Not everyone who attended the sermons of Yeshua HaMashiach, not everyone who attended those meetings came out with the knowledge of the kingdom of God. To many of them, that knowledge that they had stood as a witness or as a stumbling block against them. So knowledge has its price. I want to be a prophet. I want to see in the spirit. Trust me, it can destroy your life. Or let me rephrase, it can destroy life as it is known to the sons of men. Yes. So when this thing was brought to this man, his knowledge altered his life. His knowledge destroyed his life, as some may say. And that knowledge became a great burden for him. However, he rejoiced in the light of that which he had discovered. He told them, he said, if you can unlock the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, you will know the secret of the universe. I'm paraphrasing. He knew what he spoke about. And what he spoke about is true in the spirit. Let me explain the difference between true and truth. There are many true things in the spiritual world. But the fact that a thing is true in the spiritual world does not mean that thing should be accessed by men. The spirit of truth, of the true light, brings us into the true light, the knowledge of the truth. Not the knowledge of true things, but the knowledge of the truth. If this is the case, then should a prophet know other things that are beyond the scope of the truth? A prophet can know it. guided by the truth, because part of the giftings of the Nabis is that they are giving divine wisdom to be able to unpack mysteries and wisdom. He said, if I have the gift of prophecy and I'm able to understand, comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge. So that's one of the gifts you are given as a rabbi, as a Nabi, as a seer. So the 3, 6, and 9, I was being educated in the room of light. And surprisingly, I was being taught mathematics. Now, there is a kind of math that has been created around the 3, 6, and 9, and it's called the vortex math. You can go and research that on your own. And then I was taken into study. And in that study, are we still together? You see, now I'm careful because the Sahendrins and the palace guards are here. In that study, the diagram for the vortex mass was presented to me. And you see, if God is the God of all things, all flesh and all creation, then there would be God in all creation. That does not mean creation should be worshipped as God, but the signature of the Most High would be in all things. So even in your language, the signature of the Most High is hidden there. Even in your numbers, the signature of the Most High is hidden there. For this signature will be hidden in all things. Why? Because nothing can stand without him. He gives form to all things. Did I give you understanding? And in the diagram for the vortex math, you will see a cycle. You will see the 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there's the 9. The 9 is the first number. And you can go and do research on, this is just, you can go and do this as an educational research. But in this vortex, the 3, 9, and 6 stands separate from other numbers. And it's true. But you see, I was taking a little step further, and I began to draw by the leading a diagram that helped me to locate even the angels of the 4 winds, because you will see it all there. I don't know if I should show you this, my diagram, if you'll be able to see it. I don't know if I should show you my diagram. And this came from studies, divine studies, as I was led to begin my drawings. And so there is a cycle, there are the numbers around the cycle, and then there is the 6, 9, and 3. And when you find the 6, 9, and 3, there is an invincible realm that stretches away from it. And if you draw angles around that invincible realm, you will find that the cycle is actually in a square. This is amazing. The cycle is actually in a square. Okay, let me take this out of my tripod stand and see if I can just show you 1 or 2 things. Now, I didn't plan to come live today, but, a lot of the brethren kept on saying, Prophet Joel, make us understand. Please, we want to know this thing you are saying. As though some of them can't understand. But I'm going to make an attempt to show you something very small. So, now this is my iPad. Okay, this is my iPad. And so this is what the diagram looks like. You will find the 9, the 2, the 3. And then you find that, I think the one I drew here is a little better. And then you find that the 9, 6, and 3 stands on its own. And then the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8 stands on its own. Now you see a lot of calculations. I will explain it to you. And so this is where, a lot of them stop. But I was commanded to draw the angle. And I was told to name this angel 1. Draw the second angle, angel 2. And draw this angle, angel 3. And draw this connecting angle, then angel 4. And then I discovered that there was an invincible square holding this realm. And as I continued, I was told to begin to do certain calculation. Now, I'm just letting you into prophetic knowledge. And like I said, this is not a doctrine. This is supposed to be for my prophetic students. But since I believe prophetic people follow me, I'm going to attempt to teach you. So this is a better one that I drew. And this were my studies. If you see that I titled it The Numeric Secrets. Lord, please permit me to show them this. And so, first of all, I was told to identify the numbers in each of the, let me see if I can make this stand, okay. I was told to identify the numbers in each of the angles. So there's 1 and 2, 1 plus 2, there's a 3 here. And then there's a 3 here, I wrote them in gold. So you find this is the realm of the trees. 5 plus 4 is 9, there is a 9 here. And then here is the 6. And here you have the 7 and 8, which is 15. But in this law, you don't have double digits. So you will now do the 1 plus 5, 6. So there's a 6 here and there's a 3 here. And then I was led to isolate the numbers that fall within the straight lines. And so here we find 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 1 plus 2 is 27. And then, since we don't have double numbers here, to be 2 plus 7 is 9. So you find that 9 stands on its own consistently. But when you get here, you see 9, 1, 2, and 3. And we add is 15, and 1 plus 5 is 6. Hence the 6 written in blue here. And the same thing was done for here, for this place. 6, 5, 4, 3. That's what you find here. You find 6, you find 3, you find 4, you find 5, you find 6, and it gives you a 9 here. Just follow patiently, please. Just follow my madness. And then here you find 9, 8, 7, and 6, which gives you 30, 3 plus, and then you see 3 plus 0, you find the 3. And so I was now told that 9 stands for the spirits and the spiritual dimensions. They stand on their own. So up above is the realm of the 9s. But the 9s also operate on earth. And then the 9 operates under the earth. So there is the spirit above, spirit on the earth, spirit beneath the earth. Follow my madness, brethren. But it's only in the middle plane you find the 3, the 6, and the 9. All existing together on this plane. But when you cross this plane, you would find that there is only 9 above and 9 beneath. And then I was told to draw a straight line and title this heaven, the earth, the underworld. Now follow your brother carefully. Follow my madness. And then I was instructed to, can I still continue or should I stop? Like I told you, spiritual classes are crazy. So follow my madness. Someone may ask, okay, but what is this thing teaching us? Don't worry. I'm going to show you one seal, if I'm permitted. I'm going to show you one seal, if I'm permitted. Okay, so I was now led to go search the name of our Lord, Yeshua. And see, let me tell you something. The Hebrew is one of the most, the Hebrew language is not earthly. The Hebrew language is the strongest language on earth. The secrets of the universe, secrets are hidden in the Hebrew language. He that has understanding, understand this. So, when I wrote Yeshua, I was now told to take out the Hebrew form, and then there is this website where you can search the numerical yield of names. And then I was commanded to do that, which I did. Let me show you. So the website is gematrix.org, and here you can search names. So I typed in the Hebrew word for Yeshua, and I discovered that it didn't yield anything in any other language. It didn't yield in English, in simple, but it yielded in Hebrew. And the yield was 386. Now, to the normal man, this number is just another random number. But to a spiritual man, I became frightened. I became frightened. So, when I saw this, I saw first of all a problem. I saw an 8 here. Instead of the 3, 6, and 9, I saw 3, 8, and 6. Now, if you added 3 plus 8, you'll get 11. Plus 6, it will give you 17. And since we don't have double digits in this vortex mathematics, it will now be 1 plus 7, which will give you 8. And so for the first time in the name of Yeshua, the number 8, which is the number of infinity, is appearing. This is the number of holiness, the number separated from the whole equation, the number 8. And I was now commanded to multiply, to add zeros to each of the numbers. So 3 would be 30, 8 would be 80, 6 would be 60. So, and I was now commanded to multiply 30, multiply by 80, multiply by 60. And this is the result. 30 multiplied by 80, multiplied by 60 will give you 144,000. So even in his name, his 144,000, as the book of Revelation said, is already sealed in his name. Revelation chapter 14. Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, with him 144,000 who had what? His name and his what? Father's name written on their forehead. So his name has the number, and in the number is his 144,000. Now I've said too much. Should I continue or should I stop here? Now these things I'm telling you, you cannot find them on Google. You cannot find them on any YouTube video. You have to be taught by light. So even human numbers, if you are guided, can reveal to you prophecies, truth, mysteries. Do you notice something about the 144,000? They have what? His name, Yeshua, and his father's name. Now we are going to look at his father's name, which is Jehovah. Blessed be the Holy God. And to find whether we would find the number of holiness on his father's name, which is the number 8, separated from the whole equation. So we see that if you add 3, 8, and 6 together, you will find the number 17. And since we deal with single numbers, 1 plus 7 would be 8. So that is the number of infinity. And as I was commanded, if you multiply 30, let's add zeros to all of them, so it will be 30 multiplied by 80 multiplied by 60, you will find 144,000. So his 144,000 are already sealed in him. They are hidden in his name. And when we read the book of Revelation 14, we discovered that this 144,000, they have his name. Their seal is his name. God give you understanding. So now, let's pick the name of the Father. And when I typed Jehovah, there's the Hebrew word that came out. And the same thing, in the same way, you will not find it anywhere but in the Hebrew. And the yield was 2 and 6. 2 plus 6 is what? 2 plus 6 is what? 8. This is the invincible power that holds everything together. He is holding the 9, the 6, and the 3 together. They are all held by him. He's the invincible power that cuts across everything, yet standing separate from everything. So it's in Yeshua you find the 8. Let me to put this back. So it's in Yeshua you find the 8, and it's also in Yeshua you find the 144. If I go on, a lot of people may become frightened. So I'll stop here. But I just used human numbers and these things to show you that everything in this realm hides truth about who the governor, the king, the ruler, the owner of this world is. And if you are guided, mark the word guided, you have to be guided. It's not something you do because you study. It's not something you do because, you read a book or something. You have to be guided. And once you are guided, you will be commanded. Do it this way. Here, multiply. Here, add. Here, and it will arrive at truth. So the prophetic ministry is bigger than what a lot of people think the prophetic ministry is. The prophetic ministry is not just, can I prophesy? You are brought into oracles. I've always taught this. I say, I know a strong prophet or a strong messenger by the oracles committed to him. Now, I can't even say I'm worthy to stand in the ranks of holy nabis. But in the room of light, you are privy to secrets, and these secrets will help you fear God, because at the end of the day, it will work in you the fear of God, the knowledge of God. God is everywhere. He's in everything. He's holy. He's in creation, hidden in creation, hidden from creation, in creation, yet holy apart from creation. You cannot mix him with creation. Every other thing, the realms of the spirits, the realm of the mortals, the realm of the underworld, all add together. They are all created for each other. But when you take his holy name and you give it a number yield and you add it together, you will find that he is the only 8. He's the only odd one out of his creation, even though he is inside his creation. In Yeshua is the unity. And so you find the 3 here, the 8 in the middle, and then the 6. The 3 and the 6 will yield 9. But the 8 stands on his own. So Yeshua is the uniting, bringing man into a higher life. He's the bridge. May God give you understanding. You see, only very few students, my very little class, only very few students can understand. And that's why I told you that. I told you before I began that the things I will speak are madness. Now I have a lot of theological Bible people that are more knowledgeable than me. But what I brought to you today is a little extract, just a little, from the studies of in the room of light. So I did this live so that I can explain or attempt to bring light to a simple mystery. A very simple mystery that is not so simple. Are we together? A simple mystery that is not so simple. So don't despise mathematics. There is the mathematics of man, the mathematics of commerce, the mathematics of creation, mathematics of the spirit, and all are mysteries represented with numbers. There is a way to calculate for the name of the Antichrist. It's not, okay, I'll not be allowed to say this, but please and please, there are truths that are sealed till the end of days. It will never be known until the world ends. There are truths that are sealed for the end of days. So it will only be known in the end of time. And then there are truths that are sealed and unsealed for the now. Are we together? So there is the heavenly realms, there is the realm of man, and in the realm of man, according to the diagram I showed you, you find the 3s operating there, you find the 6 operating there, you find the 9s operating there. There are multiple realities operating. Realities of spirits, realities of animals, realities of the hybrids. Now, the realities of the hybrid is the mixture or the marriage of spirit and man, or spirit and animal. Now, you see, your faith and your desire is wanting me, is pulling me to speak more, but I will end. So the 3 represent man, animal, nature. That's their number. The 6 are the higher beings, the hybrid. Those who have married themselves to a spirit, or those animals that have been married by a spirit. We are in the 6 because we've received something from above that has made us higher than what we were. There's a marriage between something that is higher than us and us. So we've received the spirit that makes us supernatural. There were still 3s, but there is something that has added to us that has made us supernatural. And also many have also been possessed with demons. They've married themselves with demonic spirits that have also given them a negative supernatural. And then we have unclean spirits that have married themselves to animals. And then those animals have been raised to a 6. Are we together? Yes. But you see, what we have, the one who we have been married to is stronger, greater than the one who the lesser beings have married themselves to. May God give you understanding. But when you travel beyond our realm, where you find the 6, the 3s, and the 9s, and you go above, what you find there is the word of the 9s. The word of the 9s. The 3 has to be transformed to become part of the 9s that will stay in the heavens, or part of the 9s that will stay in the underworld. Now, these are the words of the spirit. And that is why in these realms, you find the 9s. Now, I told you that what I'm saying is madness. So, thank you for enduring this madness. And thank you for opening your spirit to be enlightened. For those who have learned. I need to leave now. All right? But please, just in case, as you share this broadcast, someone now begin to say, Prophet is teaching something strange. Prophet is teaching. I didn't come online today to preach. I came online to just show a little prophetic code. And take this as a prophetic class. You can go and study. You can go and meditate. But when you are in the prophetic, you are privileged to come into the room of light and to know these things. Light dwells in you. You don't need a teacher. If you have the spirit of light, light will teach you. That's how powerful that spirit is. Let me teach you one last thing. The greetings of knowledge. The greetings of knowledge. Now, there are greetings in the spiritual world. Greetings. It's how we enter his gates with thanksgiving. There's a thanksgiving I come into his gates with. And I will enter his courts with praises in my mouth. If knowledge will teach you, every time you sense a stirring into discovering knowledge is an invitation. What you should greet the Lord with in that instance is, I do not have knowledge. I'm ignorant. Please teach me. Don't come as one who knows. Don't come as one who say, I see. If you say you see, then you are blind. But if you say, I'm blind, then you would have no sin. Your eyes will be opened. I've just told you one of my secrets. Whenever I'm in my place of study, I will tell the Lord, I say I do not know anything. I lack knowledge. We are all ignorant on earth. Teach me. He will give you understanding. See you Wednesday if you're in Abuja. It's going to be, by the grace of God, a prophetic gathering Wednesday at the House of Salem International, Abuja. Make an appointment and be with us in the cave. Shalom, shalom.